Okay guys, welcome back to a drive here. Now we're starting off this year, okay, 2023. I want to get just a couple raw drives in here. So this one's going to be more of a city street driving, not downtown city, but city street driving. So we're going to start from a parking lot. I like to try to escape from parking lots right off the bat. So what I'm going to do is, you can see that we're right here in this parking lot. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to make it down here to, let's say, Walmart. Okay, so we're going to go down here. I'm going to press and put a pin right there and hit go. So now the car is going to route us over to Walmart. So one parking lot to another parking lot. So I'm sitting here facing forward. I'm going to put it into drive by tapping down twice on the drive stalk right here. Put that in. Okay, well, I got to get moving, obviously. But once I'm moving, I will see if it can escape the parking lot here. We're just waiting to see a steering wheel pop up, and then we'll be able to get that going. There it is. Okay, taking over. Now the car is driving. Please pay attention to the road. It's already telling me, oh, I am paying attention to the road. So we have a stop sign here. They do not. So we're gonna see which way that this car wants to get out of the parking lot. Okay. So I'm really glad it went this way. I think that was a really good decision. The other way would have put me onto a main arterial, which came to a light, and then we would be turning right onto there. Well, we can't see. It was about to go through a one-way right there. So that was a stop sign, one-way street it was trying to go down to, so that was a pretty big fail. Now, this is our first Rate This Drive challenge, so as you just saw right there, that was me having to disengage. So right there, we're gonna take the points down 2 points right there. Anytime I have to disengage, it's gonna go down 2 points. So I'm still working on putting together the Rate This Drive's kind of graphics and all that, so they're gonna continue to change, as well as how I'm printing the screen on the screen. So we've got some people walking across the street right here, not sticking in the crosswalk. The car easily identifies them, makes some little corrections, but overall is pretty good. Look at the blue there. Look at how it's identifying those cars in the past prediction. That is so cool. Autopilot creeping forward. What's it gonna do? There's a lot of cars right now. So there's 3 cars coming up on the left, and we want it to wait, and it's waited. If it goes right now, it'd be perfect. Oh, that was so good. So right across the crosswalk with people, and waited its turn very nicely. So that was really good. So for that, I'm gonna bring it up 1. So we're gonna now increase the score up 1, because there's a lot of opportunities there for failure, a lot of different directions to be watching. I mean, we had people, we had cars, we had stop signs, crosswalks, and the car had to look kind of back to see it, which I've oftentimes had issues with if I'm pointing to the right, like kind of not at a perfect T, but kind of tilts it to the right, and then cars coming up on the left, kind of like the blind left. It's sometimes tried to go with previous updates. This one, it did not do that, so that was really impressive to see. I love seeing that. All right, we're gonna switch it over to the different kind of map now. That it's a little bit different kind of graphics. Still kind of watching your guys' opinion on these graphics to see what you guys think. But this way is a little more fun, definitely takes up more of the car, makes the map look a little bigger, and then we just display the information in the top corners that we don't get with the normal graphic. Okay, so we're changing lanes, so we're gonna go ahead and have to disengage that again. So there's 2 points down again from that, because that was the second disengagement on this drive. Wow, this is terrible so far. What it was doing right there, it said it was changing lanes to keep up with traffic. It was thinking that that lane there, that turn lane, that it was some kind of a passing lane here. And so it was going to try to go around all these cars, but that was a turn lane. This is only a 1-lane road, so it can't do that. So it got past, it hit its brakes, and I guess we'll see if it does it again right here. The people behind me got to think I'm going to be going crazy here in a minute. But this is the exact same situation where the car leaped ahead. We're not going to come to a stop, so I didn't try to do it right there, so at least that was good. But, I mean, we're already down. Yeah, that was 2 more points we had to knock it down. I don't think I've ever had to knock it down twice in a row like that in the first few minutes of a drive. That was a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. Try to go the wrong way down a one-way, and now that. So we're hoping for some redemption. We got 3 points, I think, to make up. Sometimes I lose track of where the scoring is at. I think we're at -3 right now, and so we'll see how this goes. So this road's gonna basically be straight for quite a while. It's gonna have lights and then a lot of these turn lanes. And then from there, we're going to get into the city of Covington, where you're going to have multiple lanes, people coming in, people walking, and crosswalks. and see if it can make its way into that Walmart parking lot. So we got 2.5 miles to go, and we'll be able to see how that works. Now, in case you guys are wondering, I'm on the 44.25.5 update. I think it's the most recent one that most people are on. And I've noticed that the alerts and everything are just so much more sensitive than they used to be. Here we're going into a construction zone, it looks like here, so this could be interesting. So as always in a construction zone, you want to be super, super careful. The autopilot full self-drive system is not designed in any way for a construction zone, so you don't want to risk anything. It looks like there's nothing on the road, so we probably won't have anything here, but let me know down in the comments if you guys have noticed it being more sensitive. I feel like I'm having to touch the wheel more, like what it just did there. It told me to pay attention when I had it on for like seconds and was yelling at me that I was not paying attention. And by the way, that's something you want to be really careful of. You don't want to get too many of those in any one drive, because that's how it's one of the ways you can get yourself kicked off the beta program. You got to pay attention, and you got to have your hands on the wheel. You don't want to get eliminated. That's really cool though. What are those blobs on the screen? Okay, look, here's some pins. Oh, it's gonna go around them very nicely and then swerve back onto the road. Excellent. Okay, that was actually really impressive. I think we have to, you guys may argue with me on this, but I think we have to bump it up too for that, because not only was it willing to cross the fog line, but it didn't do the thing where it tries to jump into every single cone in between every cone. It slowed down exactly as you would expect, and then on top of that, it went over the fog line and did it smooth. It was a little bit aggressive on the brakes coming back into the lane, but it was perfectly fine. At least it was safe, and that's really what I care about at this point, is it was safe. So I think that definitely has to be a redemption of 2 points there because of all that it was able to do there. So I'm pretty excited about that. That is really great. But with all these Rate These Drive challenges, this is just me as a driver going, okay, if I think it's doing something to keep me safe and doing everything the way a human would do, if not better, I'm going to give it points for it if it does really well. And it's always debatable if I should or not, and I want you to debate with me. That's what makes it fun. And then, again, if it does something unsafe but I don't have to turn off autopilot, I don't have to disengage the full self-drive system, then it'll go down 1. But if I have to disengage it, it's an automatic 2. And then when you do that, that automatically sends that data back to Tesla when you disengage it manually. Now, if the car does something but it stays in autopilot and you're not comfortable with it and you want to send that to Tesla, then you just go up there and you tap the camera. Where is that camera, by the way? Is it not here anymore? I haven't seen that thing in a while. Huh, well, they must have moved it. I guess you could always just tell it over voice to send to Tesla. But anyway, we got more construction coming up here. My goodness, there's a lot. But it looks like we're going to be turning up here as well on the next light. So be curious to see how this is all handled by it. But if you guys are new to driving your Tesla, or if you just got on the beta program, don't come into these construction zones and just let the car drive you through them. Don't let there be even a % of error when you go through these things with people around and stuff. Keep your hands firmly on the wheel like I am, doing just about enough to take over autopilot, but not quite. Last thing you want to do is endanger anybody. Not that I've ever had a close call with that, I've never have, but it's just not the place to really get used to it if you're new to the program. You're not familiar with what your car does. And by the way, different cars react differently. I don't know about you guys, but so my Model Y reacts differently than my Model 3. And my dad's full self-drive Model 3 has issues with certain parts of roads than mine does. It's not all completely the same. So just because maybe you see a car on a video like mine doing something does not mean yours is going to react the same way. So first couple times you go through it, make sure you go through it slowly and carefully, and you're watching what's going on. And then next time you'll know. It'll usually react the same way each time on your car. Maybe get a little better as it improves. But overall, okay, so we're gonna be looking for a lane change right here because we're gonna need to turn. There's the symbol, and we're gonna be making it very steep to the right here. What I'm gonna be watching for here is not to cut this curb. It's pretty tight. Oh, it looks like it's maybe not that bad, mostly in my head. So yellow light, cautiously looking across the crosswalk, and then we're gonna accelerate. Awesome, okay. Now we're gonna go around a roundabout up here, which is, it used to be really good at roundabouts, and over the last couple updates, it's actually gone downhill in terms of its ability on roundabouts. I'm going to put it down to the max speed of the speed limit of 35 and give it every opportunity to handle this okay and not run across the middle of it. This is a pretty simple one too, because I think it's only a 1-lane roundabout, whereas some of the ones that are double, it tends to just cross in the wrong places. And then what it does too is it jumps in front of other cars too quick. So there's a yield there. It'd be nice to have had a car right there so we could see how it would have handled it. Because last time I did this, it jumped right in front of the car a little too aggressively. It did stop, but it slammed on its brakes to the point where the car stopped thinking I was going to run through. So just wasn't the greatest experience with it. So okay, so anyway, I guess I kind of missed it on aiming for the Walmart parking lot. So I guess what I will do is I'm going to go up here. So you can just go to tap on the directions and it'll pull it out of that screen. I'm going to come down here and hit end trip. And what I want to do then is I want to come back here and I want to tell the car to get me onto Highway 18, and that's when we'll end this drive, kind of do a full loop. So we're going to stop here at this light. And then what I want to do here is I want to come back and say go there. I'm not sure where exactly that's going to go, but anyway. So we're going to go right in the middle of the intersection. I can't do it yet. You got to have 2 lines to turn on autopilot or full self-drive. Put it on right there. Now we're going to see what it says. Now it's telling me I need to go behind me, so it's going to have to recalculate here. So we'll see how this recalculation works. What it's going to do is it's going to have me take a hard left or a light at the light, route through a neighborhood, and come back onto this road. So we'll see how well it does this. This is a big part of the driving experience. You know, you miss turns as human drivers, and the car is going to have to do it too. So we're going to come out right here in this neighborhood if this is all done right. So we should be getting in the left turn lane here. We do have a green light up there. Are we going to jump ahead early? Yes, we are. Okay, good. We missed the yellow the green light itself, but we do have an opportunity to go on this green. Let's see how we deal with. Look at that. I love that, how it does so well with that blue path detection. Fantastic. Okay, so I handled that really well. Man, it's a bummer it had such a rough start, because the rest of the drive's been pretty impressive. So we should be getting in this turn lane right here. Very good. Very smooth. Very, very smooth. Maybe a little bit of aggressive of a stop, but not bad. It is doing this. What are you doing? I don't like that. See, what it just did right there, you guys probably wouldn't have noticed it, is in order to take that left turn, it went way to the outside of the line, to the yellow line, and then took the left. So like it made it as wide as it could go, which maybe some of you guys do drive like that. I've always really been annoyed at people that drive like that, because it makes it look to the other drivers that, well, look at this really tight right here with the car on the corner. Slowed down very well. It's going to put the blinker on. That's fine. Doesn't need it, but that's fine. But I just found it makes it look like you're going to jump out of the turn lane all of a sudden, and then you turn left. It's just kind of tricky. I didn't like that the car did that. I noticed it a few times doing that on this drive, but anyway, that's fine. It's not like it's a big deal. So we're stopping at the stop sign really well, and then we're going to turn left out here. So the car lost itself. It rerouted itself and came back. Man, the last 3 quarters of this drive were pretty darn impressive. But overall, I mean, this drive is going to end on a negative scoring. I mean, that wasn't enough right there, I don't think, to really recover those initial whoopsies that happened on the drive. So we're going to keep with a -1 score. But let me know what you guys think down below in the description. What do you think about this update? What do you think about the score that I gave it? And are you having similar issues? Are you having similar successes on your drive? And what are you most excited about? Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video.